The lawyer for an Australian boy accused of buying marijuana in Bali tonight says he's optimistic about the case. The 14-year-old from New South Wales was arrested on Tuesday and accused of buying marijuana from a man who approached him on Kuta Beach. The Foreign Minister says the teenager is sleeping in his own cell and his father is sleeping in an office just metres away. From Denpasar, here's Indonesia correspondent Matt Brown.
At Bali's police headquarters, the boy's family is trying hard to keep his spirits up. It's every parent's nightmare, but early anxieties are easing.
The condition for the boys on this time is quite stable, yeah, because the parents always give the support, and then the police in Polda is really helpful.
An official from Indonesia's Human Rights Ministry is now overseeing the police investigation, and he could recommend the boy be released into his parents' custody. However, the decision will be up to a judge, and the Australian government's warning the case may not be resolved quickly. One of those officials is Australian Consul General Brett Farmer.
Just going in to talk to the family now.
And what are you hoping that, to talk to them about at this stage?
Just the general welfare of the child and the legal process.
The Australian ambassador to Indonesia is expected to arrive in Denpasar in the morning. The Prime Minister is monitoring the case closely.
He is subject to Indonesian law that requires us to make sure we deal with this carefully and in a sensitive way. We will do that, and we've got our best officials in Indonesia on the job.
Bali police say the boy bought marijuana from a man on Kuta Beach on Tuesday. It's a serious crime, but his lawyers have convinced the investigators to ensure he's not treated as an adult. Are you optimistic about his case now?
Until this time, we're still optimistic, yeah.
The boy attended high school, then a religious private school near Newcastle in New South Wales, where news of his arrest has begun to filter through. In a quiet street in Morisset Park, the neighbours were stunned to learn of a local boy in trouble.
To have it to your 14-year-old boy, it just would kill you.
If he gets charged, what will happen? He'll be there for years in jail.
The Foreign Minister says he's now spoken to the boy's father.
The lad is sleeping in his own cell. I'm further advised that the police authorities have made it possible for his dad to sleep in an office immediately adjacent to his cell.
If the boy's parents can prove he's been getting treatment for a marijuana problem in Australia, he could be released into their custody. That's still an option even if he's charged and goes to trial. But there's always the chance he could face up to 6 years in prison. Matt Brown, ABC News, Denpasar.
And Matt joins us now from Denpasar. Matt, with your knowledge of the Indonesian legal system, how do you see this playing out?
Jeremy, the good news is that this isn't spiralling out of control the way previous more serious cases have done. That said, it's not clear where it's going to go. His lawyer expects the boy to be kept in police custody for the weekend, but we were told at one stage that it's possible for the police to hand him over to his parents to be looked after while they decide what to do with him. They could take as long as 30 days before they decide whether they'll even lay a charge. And if he goes through the whole process and it ends badly, he could spend 6 years in jail. But it does seem, given all of the attention on the rights that he has as a minor and on the government official who is going to assess him and may recommend the case not even proceed, that it could turn out better than many have feared.
Matt, it's clearly a delicate situation and Australia's politicians and diplomats are having to tread very carefully. What's at stake here for Indonesia?
I think Indonesia will be concerned to ensure that the international concern that's occasionally been expressed about the way minors are treated within its justice system, where Indonesian children are often treated like adults, that won't be borne out here. But I think both governments are making an effort, despite the intense public interest, not to let this blow up and become a diplomatic incident. The Foreign Ministry spokesman, for example, today was asked to compare this case to the case of Indonesian young people who are being held in detention in Australia in relation to people smuggling, and he wouldn't buy into it. He said this is a police matter and the government won't get involved.
Matt Brown reporting from Denpasar, thank you.